Hello everyone and welcome to the 2017 Red, White, and Boom Sunday Night Recap. We're here at the Marriott Hotel, host hotel, where we had players party going on, the awards taking place tonight, tons of vendors, lots of people, lots of golfers, and a little bit of exhaustion.
I'm worn out.
He is. All right. Well, this is in fact our TD, Josh Barnhill. It's been a long weekend, pal, and everybody's about to wrap things up. I heard you say a few minutes ago, I'm taking the rest of the night off, and maybe even tomorrow.
Nah, I don't know. I might go play some golf with Eric and Tina tomorrow.
And speaking of Eric and Tina, tomorrow everyone is welcome to join them. They're over at Mount Airy, and they're going to be doing a Flex Start C Tier.
Yep, the O Whale Open.
The O Whale Open. And so if someone were in Dayton, because we know you're tuned in watching it from Dayton after playing all weekend, but how far is Dayton to where
Mount Airy?
Yeah.
Probably, you hear my child?
That's all right, yep.
It's about 45 minutes, an hour. I mean, traffic.
Hour to 40, okay.
Yeah.
So not too far away.
No.
Unfortunately, though, it's east for me. Or is it west? What direction is it?
Straight south.
Straight south, so the opposite direction I need to go.
Yes.
Okay, so that doesn't do me much good. So we're going to talk about a few details from the event as much as we can remember, and there's going to be some spoilers. So if you're waiting on any kind of other information or possibly a video to drop, now would be a good time to go ahead and turn things off. I've got some recorded footage. Trent has some great footage that you're going to see here from today already, and then Jomez covered the lead card, and we'll have all of that released sometime tomorrow as well. So if you don't want to hear anything about results or details, then you need to just shut off, because we're going to talk about some of those things right now. For starters, off in the distance here, I think breaking down a little bit ago, on the women's side, there was a great battle. We had Tina Stenitis and we had Leslie Todd tied going into today, and sure enough, with just a couple holes to play, there was finally a separation, and Leslie was your victor.
Yeah, it was definitely an intense battle, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Two great people,
and yeah, it was awesome to see. So congratulations. Leslie Todd is your winner on the women's side after a great battle with Tina Stenitis, and then a ridiculous payout. I know last night we ended the podcast, and then you and I kind of sat down and looked at all the ridiculous contributions that you're actually putting into this event in order to have a huge player pack, along with a really substantial payout, plus a bonus payout. I think Leslie went home with, how much was it? You remember?
$650.
$650, somewhere in that neighborhood?
Yeah, $650. We added, what,
$500, I think you added just to the women's division alone.
Just to the women's pro.
To the pro women's division. Hey, Jordan, we miss you, buddy. I was told you had car problems, so unfortunately, we missed you this weekend, buddy.
Hey, Jordy, I did miss you. Can't wait for you to see these discs we made for you. Pretty cool, huh, Terry?
Pretty darn sweet. So, also, just like last night, thanks to Trent, exclusively Trent this time, he didn't even use any of my hacky footage. Trent put together some highlights from the women's footage from today, so some bits and pieces from it. I think it's actually even a longer piece than we had yesterday, so I'm going to get to that relatively soon, right after we let Josh go. You'll be able to see women's footage from today, some highlights. He put those together, and here we are. So he's working on some men's footage, which we may or may not see until tomorrow, but we do have some women's footage. So
nice.
All right, so on the women's side, we said Leslie ended up besting Tina just barely. On the men's side, you had these...
Speechless, aren't you?
Well, not speechless, but you had these ringers. You had some top national level touring players that were all welcomed here. They came here, they put on a good show, they did clinics, they did all these things, and they really made themselves accessible to the Dayton, disc golf area here. However, local boy, semi-local boy,
yeah,
Ohioan, is that the term?
Kind of like a semi-retired middle-aged golfer.
And he can't even be more than 30.
He's 30, 31.
Something in that neighborhood. I've known Matt Blakely for a really long time, put up a very solid performance, and when it was all said and done, he bested some of the best in the world.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was great to see, see a different face up there. See exciting things like, wow. It probably. Matt's probably like, what the hell just happened?
Well, Matt played very well today. It was incredibly windy out there. A lot of people could talk about, I play Belmont all the time. I easily shoot, sub 50 or whatever.
Right.
It's such an easy course, to score on. Right. But not today. We had 15 and 20 mile an hour winds that were pretty much constant.
Right, and with some of these OBs and some of these death putts, that's where it'll get you. Standing up, roll putt away, these old baskets. Can't wait for new baskets.
Well, here's what I'm going to say, and I think there'll be a longer version of this come Tuesday night. So this is your preview, my soapbox preview. I understand that not everyone loves the baskets, and that's fine because they're really old. It is what it is. I always say though, you knew what the baskets were when you got to the course. You then practiced on them, and now you're playing on them, and they're the same baskets that everyone else is playing on.
Right.
So,
now they hate them.
Yeah, exactly.
After the third time you play them, then you hate them.
Yeah. So I will say, I understand frustrations if you feel like you have a great shot and somehow it comes out. I can understand some of that frustration, but I think a lot of people it's just one of those negative thoughts that you put in your head. Oh, I really don't like these baskets. And then I even saw a few stretches today when people were like, oh, I hate these baskets. That shouldn't have stuck. That was a crappy putt.
Right.
And I wanted to kind of go up and shake a few people down and be like, no, it doesn't matter what basket that was.
Right.
That was a bad putt.
Right.
So let's hold, let's don't quite punch your ticket for the excuse train yet.
Right. Right. I love the baskets. My putt is, I play Belmont a lot, When I'm home, when I'm not on the road, I just run down to Belmont. It's 4 or 5 minutes away, run a quick round, but a low pitch putt, nose down, it's perfect for these baskets.
Well, so there is something to be said about it, but you guys have talked about that extensively. Some of these baskets are 20 or 30 years old. They're DGA, Mach 3s for the most part out on the course. And one of the things that you're doing through fundraising and through the collaboration with so many people here is you're hoping to have new baskets come next year.
It's a done deal.
It's a done deal.
Done deal.
Done. Dare I ask which baskets? Branding? Is there a title sponsorship for Red, White, and Booom third annual?
Have you guys ever heard of this new company? They have a couple discs out, a couple bags out called Dynamic Disc.
Whammo. Oh, okay.
No.
Not Whammo.
Like 20 years past, past that.
Okay. So Dynamic Disc, you're working with them.
We're getting veterans.
You're getting veteran baskets. Awesome.
In Belmont Park. So next year when you come, there will be white veterans.
Okay. Awesome. So on the men's side, Matthew Blakely ultimately took it down. He had a 2-stroke margin of victory. What looked to be a very tight battle coming in off the second card was Dutch Napier along with Drew Gibson. They ended up tying, but they were 2 back. Dutch shot a 52 today on the par 59 layout. Dutch shot a 52. Drew Gibson shot a 54. And Matthew Blakely shot a 52, but Matt was originally tied with Drew, and so he was ultimately your winner. So
yeah, just 2 solid rounds. That's what Red, White, and Boom's about.
It is. So 38 holes in the books.
So that's what everyone's like. Oh, these are pitch and putter, must-have birdies, and we see 7 down.
Sure.
It's like, so you know what I mean. Some of these pros are shooting even, plus at Belmont, and so it's just we had the sun.
Yep. Well, so it's a testament to the course, making it a little bit tougher, having a little bit more teeth in it with some of that OB that you had, and then also the wind that was out there today. So it wasn't just a walk in the park.
Right.
All right. Well, it was a lot of fun. Again, look for the post-production footage from the round today to all be put out, of course, by Joe Mez, who's been out there killing it all year long. And then real quickly, let's touch on, there was an additional 9-hole match that took place where everybody was set back to 0. Top 4 players that included Eric Oakley in 4th, tying for 2nd were Dutch and Drew, and then 1st was Matthew Blakely. All 4 of them went out and played 9 more holes with an even score. The PDGA event was done. This was an exhibition, 9 holes, stroke play, winner take all.
The grand finale.
A grand finale, and a grand is given out.
We gave out a grand for the grand finale. made sense.
And it made dollars too. If it
Yeah.
don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Yeah,
I think
it was-
DJ Quick once said that.
It was exciting. It was a satin.
It was very, very exciting, and I'm going to hold off on that. You may have seen some social media. Trent and I are going to work on putting a video for that. I worked most of the actual shot-by-shot action. He's going to work some of the additional creative stuff out there. Uh-oh, this looks like a little guy.
Hey, say hey. All right, go play.
So we're going to get that footage out for you guys so you can sit back and enjoy that. But very exciting, $1,000 additional paycheck handed out. So very impressive out there. Daniel out on the board. No, I am not going to Finland next weekend. I'm heading to the Rocky Mountain Women's, then to Nissan Stadium to meet up with some DD crew to check that out over in Tennessee. And then a few days after that, I'm going to be at M Worlds. Anyway.
So now it's my turn to interview you.
Yeah. Oh, great.
So, Terry.
Uh-oh.
What do you think about this year's Red, White, and Boom?
This microphone, my imaginary microphone. I think it's amazing. I as a tournament director, I've obviously can appreciate and recognize the blood, sweat, and tears you and an entire staff have put into this. Everything from check-in that takes place, over at Hazy Shade, to having 2 different courses running simultaneously. To having a temp course, which is always a whole additional set of headaches, from getting it designed to getting it set up to maintaining it and then breaking it down. I recognize all of that stuff. This has been a really awesome experience, and I know there's maybe a lot of easy or maybe not ways to create analogies, but to me it feels like maybe a growing or early stage of what probably GBO felt like, in the sense that there's a lot of players here. The main focus of the event wasn't just on golf.
Right.
You played 1 round on Saturday, 1 round on Sunday. You had activities going on Friday night, on Saturday night, on Sunday night. There's C tiers, flex starts to open the weekend. There's C tier tomorrow to kind of close out the weekend. It's and you had nearly 300 players. It's
a lot.
So to me, and I don't know if that's a fair assessment, and Dayton certainly is much larger than being over at Emporia, but just kind of that atmosphere of people getting together and taking in everything from the weekend. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that?
Absolutely, yeah. When I go to Emporia, I'm like, this looks like 4 blocks of Dayton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you can go like 4 minutes down the street and you just see a bunch of cornfields. So, we have a lot of the same things. Those guys over there, obviously someone to be looked up to, and they put one of the best events on in disc golf.
They do.
Period.
They put
Glassbone Open is hands down my favorite event to go to, and I don't even play it.
Yeah.
I just go hang out. with
Exactly.
everyone.
I can say that too. Johnny V and myself over at Smashbox, we say that all the time. That's one of our favorite events to go to. And again, we're not playing either. We're working.
It
and
fills
it's
up
still
in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, and it's still great. Any final words, any parting shots, anything you'd like to say to everyone out there?
Just thanks to all the community for coming out, putting the time in, and really giving back, to some disc golfers for this holiday. It was a holiday weekend too, so it was surprising to see how many people could get away from their families to flag 5 spotters on each Belmont course, and people running tents, and it was crazy. I'm happy with it. I had a good time. I need to get some rest, get back to it. So yeah.
All hands on deck for sure.
All hands on deck.
All right. Well, I'm going to let Josh go. That's going to be a perfect segue for me to give you guys what we saw from our Women's Day 2 recap. Again, thanks to Trent for assembling all of this. We're going to go ahead and push it out for you guys to sit back and enjoy. Again, more action along with some music. When that's done, we'll come back. I'll give you a few more things, and then we'll probably wrap up relatively quickly. So one last time for Josh over at Booom, along with their sponsor in Dynamic Discs. Thank you to everyone that was out there participating, and thank you to you.
Thank
you,
Terry.
Get some sleep, get some rest, and don't get sick or anything.
No, I already did that.
All right,
thanks,
here you
guys.
go. This is Josh, and let's cut to the women. And coming back here is Trent Nickel.
How's it going?
Now, Trent, you had assembled the women's footage yesterday. We talked about it pretty extensively last night, putting out highlights from both the men and the women last night. Tonight, everything got turned around even quicker, so you were able to really quickly fire off those all those women clips, and people seem to be loving them.
Awesome. Yeah, we're getting it down to a science after 2 days, so it's really cool.
So, what are some of your takeaways? I'm gonna wrap things up here relatively quickly, but what are some of your takeaways? You part of Booom Media. You live within an hour of here. We had some of the best players around all here for the week. Kind of what are your afterthoughts after the weekend?
Man, it's been incredible, and it's awesome to see how a community can come together to really make something special like this. I think this year is actually even bigger than last year, and last year was mind-blowing. I feel like and this year we kind of had less of the pros on the side of it, and it was still just as cool and just as fun. So I think that really ensures to me that going forward in the future, we're still going to have all that for the community and for everybody who comes to Red, White, and Boom to experience, which is awesome. Overall, I think our media had a blast doing what we do. We made some awesome content, had a great time working together. John did a great job out there taking pictures. Cannot wait to see those.
Yes.
John Hollingshead, he's great. Check him out.
Yeah, make sure you check those out. You've seen a few photos posted, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, and he'll continue to roll those out like all of us. There's all this excitement and build up, and we're out there doing what we love. But at come Sunday night, there's a moment of decompression, whether you need to get home or get somewhere or just finally sit down and take a breath. So, as always, give everyone a few moments of relief, but then look for some great content to be released.
Absolutely. I look forward to getting more content out for you guys here in the next week as we have a couple of days off for 4th of July, which is going to be fantastic. Everybody's going to go home and have a good time with their families right after this awesome tournament, so it should be cool.
So he's at a distance. He's not going to join us. He refuses to come on camera. Okay, well, we're going to have John on here in a few minutes.
Cool.
I was going to say I'm going to hassle him as to, because that's always one of the first questions is, where are the photos? Where are the videos? So we'll get some answers directly from him. Again, we know that he's got plenty of things to go through. Earlier in the day, you and I think, saw him, and he had said, yeah, I've already shot like 1,000 photos today.
Yeah, just today.
So, I mean, clearly, you can go through and immediately scrub some of those, delete, a portion of those right off the bat. But then the real editing, the real work sets in from there. And that's way more laborsome than anything else.
Yeah, and he's great at turning around stuff, too. I mean, you see pictures coming out within like minutes of him taking it. Half the time.
Exactly.
He's really good.
What do you think is next that we should be working on in terms of where disc golf media? I mean, do you feel like this is a practical, what's the word I'm looking for? Game plan. Say what we did this weekend, seeing footage and then having stuff at night. Is that a good way to kind of move forward, or do you see another strategy that makes more sense?
I think we really proved ourselves of how well they can go over with coming in and quickly putting together what you have and having it ready to go to air, and the people who can watch it live get a quick glimpse with not being here, everywhere around the world can really see how it's going down without having to wait until the next day coverage or whatever, which is, that's great as well. But
of course, yeah.
You can always, you can see while you're talking about how the day went, you can see the footage of what's going on, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, okay, well, and that's one thing, I know I harped on it yesterday, that's definitely a challenge we had at the World Championships. Johnny V and I could go out there and capture some footage, but just being able to efficiently put that together and turn that around for an evening show. I think it's something that we can work forward, forward to doing more and more.
Cool.
And I think as we dial in on it, I think we'll just get better and better at it.
I agree.
So, and people will enjoy it. One thing that I'll do, just so that you guys can go out there and get a taste of it for all of you that are taking it in, I'll show yesterday as well.
Okay.
Again, so
cool.
they watched the women just now. I know you're working on some men's stuff, but they watched the women's from just now. We'll also show you the women's and the men's that you put together yesterday. Awesome. I feel like that's worth sharing yet again, so everybody can see it, and then we'll have more stuff roll out later on in this week.
Absolutely.
So it looks like a good plan. Anything you want to say to everyone?
Again, shout out to Boom, shout out to Josh. Had a great time this year. We had a great event. See you guys all next year.
All right, sounds good. Trent Nickel, appreciate it. Thanks for the work this weekend. And I look forward to us doing a lot more stuff here in the future, buddy.
I agree too, Terry.
All right,
Thank you.
Sounds good. I didn't scare him off yet.
No.
All right, we're going to have John Hollingshead join us. Certainly one of the best photographers in the game. Oh, I'm sorry, the best.
No,
these the best.
No,
All right,
no,
he
the
makes
best. I
me say
appreciate
that
that.
all the time.
I don't know what to do with all
It's
this
hashtag
stuff.
the best now. Go ahead and put those on, and you can just hear things a little bit more clearly, and I'll try that. Go ahead.
I feel fancy.
You look fancy, my friend.
This is nice.
All right, so welcome everyone. This is John Hollingshead, and John, I'm trying to make sure we have appropriate expectations. I said, you shot literally thousands of photos over the last few days.
Yeah.
It wasn't just today. What's kind of your process from here on out with them?
Oh my goodness. Well,
How long does it take just to download them?
Well, I got here probably 2 hours ago. I sat down and I took all the photos off my memory card and put them straight on the computer. It took about 20 minutes just for the photos to transfer
Just to
on
get
the
them,
computer.
exactly, from one spot to another.
It was 29 gigs.
Wow.
of photos, yes.
Holy cow, and
Way
that's
too
crazy
many.
because I took 28 gig of video today.
Yeah.
So you're 20, and wow, and
I'm
video
shooting all
usually
raw
takes
photos, so that they're
okay,
huge. They're huge
sure,
files.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, but still, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's
It's a
so
lot.
funny to
Yeah.
think that I had 28, you had 29 gig. I'm guessing is this your biggest fan out there?
That is my wife, Elizabeth. She's at home with our dog right now.
Usually I'm not told to check out that cutie, so it seems that I figured there might be some insider here. So what are you going to do now? You got them all downloaded. Obviously, you release a couple of basic photos, not basic, but
Yeah.
a couple of original photos you got out there. What's kind of the plan over the next? Give me your timeline.
Well, when I got here, I downloaded them all to the computer. I made sure to get one of Eric out because, spoiler alert, he won the $1,000 in
Yep.
the finale. That was awesome. So I made sure I at least got one out. From now, I'm going to take tomorrow off and just kind of relax
There you
a
go.
little bit. And
I
then
love
the rest,
hearing that.
The rest of the week, I'll sort of just pick and choose ones that I like and sort of post them on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have like 3,000 to go through. So it'll be a while.
Give me a rough number. If you have 3,000 and you go through, let's just say you sat down for a couple hours and you went through them all, the initial take, how many just immediately get deleted out of 3,000?
Oh my goodness.
Without even just thinking about it.
Probably, at least half. Definitely.
At least
yeah,
half.
At least
okay,
half.
so you go from
Yeah.
3,000 down to 1,500.
Yeah, and then from
right off the
there I'll
bat.
do another rough edit, and then from there another rough edit until I get it down to probably about 300 to 400 images.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and then from that 300 to 400, you'll probably see maybe 50 that I'll post.
Sure.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
from next year I might even be posting stuff from last year or from this year. So
Sure.
I'll be posting stuff from this tournament for a while. I mean, I'm still posting stuff from GBO.
Yeah, exactly. We were just talking about how amazing that event is.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, it was great.
So many great people there, and when you have these superstars come to the Dayton area,
It's huge. It's huge
awesome
for the
to have.
area. Yeah,
it
it's
is.
great for the area, and a lot of the locals, just seeing those people play their home course, it's huge. It's great.
What's the number? Be frank here. What's the number one? I'll go pet peeve or request. Maybe I already think maybe the pet peeve is the request. But what's the number one pet peeve as a photographer that you get?
Oh my goodness.
You-
I don't
can you
even
name-
know where
can
to
you
start.
name just one?
No, I don't even.
Okay.
I can't
like,
even think of
hey
one.
man, when are those? I'm
Oh,
guessing.
okay,
I'm guessing
okay.
they're timeline related usually, which is when are they going to be posted and where are they going to be posted,
I
and
don't-
can I get a copy of it?
Honestly, that never really happens to me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe. Are they not as good as I think they are? What
That's
do you mean?
probably what it is. That's probably. I'm no
kidding.
Stu Mullenberg.
No, but
that's for sure.
but really, like those to me, even when I take photos, and I don't even take good photos, but people always say, "Well, when are they going to be somewhere? Can I get a copy of it? And where are they going to be?"
Where they're going to be is something that I occasionally get asked, and that's always going to be Facebook or Instagram. I'm building a website. Eventually, all of those photos will
Sure.
be on there, but timeline is sort of hit and miss. Some people ask, some people don't, but oh well.
Okay,
It
so
happens.
so if it's none of the ones I would assume, because those are the, or what are you going to do with them?
What are you going to do with them? That's another thing. Yeah, well, post them, I guess. I mean, what else am I going to do with them? I don't know. I'll just delete them, all of you. All the photos of you, Terry, I'm just going to delete. You'll never see them.
Do you get people that say, "Oh, could you just delete that? I missed
Yeah,
that putt. Just
yeah,
delete that."
Definitely, yeah.
And that's not their business.
It's not technically, but if it's a pro, then I'll delete it.
And,
Yeah.
and why do they typically ask? Is it because of they think they had bad form or a bad putt or a bad
Exactly.
emotion? What?
All of those three combined.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
it's funny. I'll admit it was There was a Super Pro that we have, and I would say 8 or 9 years ago when I first got my hands on a decent camera that I borrowed from a friend. I had posted a picture of this person, and it was a very, very emotional picture. It was a little bit of frustration, a little bit of disappointment, and it arguably was one of the best pictures I feel like I've ever taken. And I had tagged this person. It's one of our Super Pro players. I had tagged this person, and then all of a sudden I noticed it wasn't tagged anymore. And then a few days later, I had re-tagged it, and then again it was untagged.
They kept removing the tag.
And then finally, I think I got a private message that said, "Hey, could you please not tag me in that? I don't feel like it's a positive image for me, so I'd rather you not tag it." And I politely, kind of begged to differ, like.
Yeah.
Sure,
You're there to do your job.
Yeah.
You're documenting.
Hey, don't act like that.
Exactly. I actually have a story from Brent Hamburg last year.
Okay.
I posted a photo of Ricky Wysocki,
Okay.
full huck face, his tongue out and everything.
Yep.
I got a lot of backlash from that.
I
From his
remember
fans.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the funny thing is, he liked it and he shared it. So what's the big deal? You know?
Yeah. Oh, that's just not fair. Like,
Yeah. It's putting him in a bad image. I'm
not
there.
really.
I'm documenting.
Yeah.
That's what I'm there for.
If he's got his finger up his nose, that's a bad image.
Yeah, I would never
maybe.
do anything like that.
But
Yeah,
if he's simply performing his task and performing his job, and that's one of the things that he does as a natural, byproduct of that.
we're doing the same thing. We're doing our job. Yeah, it's the same.
And just think, to me, just think about Michael Jordan and his tongue. Like that was
Exactly.
that was a
Well, that was
signature
his thing,
famous
yeah.
thing. So
I don't get it. Oh well.
I can understand. I do recall that picture because was it with like the bridge kind of in the background area
the
that
dam
you could
along
see
the
the
background.
dam.
Yeah, showed all the gallery, and it was.
Yeah.
I personally thought it was,
It was a
fantastic
powerful picture.
shot.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I do remember that. So that
People
is
like
pretty
it.
funny.
I can't please everybody.
Well, then you're not doing it right because I do.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. you do.
Everybody, trust me. Let me tell you, everybody's like, you always do everything right. Okay, or they don't. Anything you want to share before we wrap up a very long weekend, fun weekend?
I want to give a shout out to my wife who's been at home letting me be out here doing what I love. We're going to Kings Island tomorrow. If you've never been to Kings Island, it's in Cincinnati. It's a theme park.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's going to be crazy tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. But we're still going to go.
Will you bring a camera?
No, absolutely not.
You won't even bring one?
My cell phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which everyone has, and apparently everyone's a photographer.
Well,
these
yeah,
days.
I'm
right?
like, get out of my way. I've got Instagram. I got filters, bro. Get out of my way.
Oh
I got
my
this.
God. I want to give another shout out to Stuart Mullenberg. In 2014, he started posting photos on Instagram, and that's really what got me wanting to shoot photos in disc golf. So thank you, Stu.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
He's
Well,
awesome.
and Stu's kind of reemerged. He's
Yeah.
always been doing good things, but he's kind of
shot
reemerged.
Worlds.
Yeah, shot
Yeah.
worlds. I've seen him at a number of events recently, and
Beaver
I think
State
things
Flame?
are
Yeah.
things are continuing to grow and expand on his behalf as well. All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap this up.
I appreciate it, Terry.
Tuesday night, we're going to have. Tuesday night we will not have our Smashbox TV podcast. I think we're going to push it off to possibly Wednesday, due to being the 4th on Tuesday, and then some traveling and whatnot. So, for one final time, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Thanks to John for the amazing photos. Please make sure you check those out. Also, thanks to Trent for the not only shooting the video, but then more importantly, even editing it together super quickly so that we could see it. Thank you to Jomez, who's out there doing all the post-production, to Josh Barnhill and his entire crew, his very gracious dad, and
Oh, he's amazing. He's a super nice guy.
everybody else that had any part, and Hazy Shade. All hands on deck here in Dayton. It's been
Terry,
pretty awesome.
Thank you for coming. That was amazing.
No
Everyone
problem.
in Dayton was so excited to see you. So thanks for coming out. Man.
No
We
problem.
appreciate
I'm
it.
glad to do so.
Yeah.
So I'm going to close things out finally. One last time. Again, I'm going to show you yesterday's highlights as well because I still have them in the queue. So I'm going to start with the men's highlights from yesterday's, and then we'll move into the women's highlights, and you'll see more action unfold throughout the week. So for the last time, Disc Golf Guy, this has been the 2nd annual Red, White, and Boom. We'll catch you guys sometime a little bit later on in the week. Thanks for joining us throughout the week. Have a good one.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Wow. I'll give him a Get it. Get it. Oh. Damn it. This would have been pretty too. Even at 299, it would have been pretty.
Yeah. No, that's just hard, but I had it in my bag since the day I switched. So it's like this putter.
Right.
It's been in the bag every day.
You deserve it, though. You deserve it. Take that. Thank you.